Right. Remind me names. So Tom, hold your hand up. Good. Nathan, hold your hand up. Ross, do you prefer Ross or Roscoe?
Call me whatever you like. I don't mind.
Don't give me an invitation for that kind of shit. Claire and Carol are just like, oh, it's like when in a horror movie someone lets the vampire in. Do you know what I mean? It's just good. Right, let's start with Tom. So Tom, I had a hat on it, so it looks a bit shit, but I've just had my hair cut. Right. Tom, say for me, I've just eaten. Just say for me, I've just eaten.
Je viens de manger.
Lovely. Give me a bit more vibration and talk, make it louder and talk more into the microphone. Je viens de manger.
Je viens de manger.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So we've established that the I have just element is je viens de. We need to combine that with something else. In the I'm getting my hair cut, am I cutting my own hair?
No.
No. So what do you call it grammatically? What did you say?
The passive.
Yes, it is, and it is one of the forms of the passive, but it's not just passive, and there are passive things which are not this.
Okay.
What do you call it if I say, what's the difference between Luke makes me happy and Luke makes me work? What is happy? As a word, adjective or verb or noun, what is happy? Is happy an adjective?
To be happy can be a verb, I guess. But
no.
Happy is an adjective.
To be, riding on to be is the verb. Happy is just would be an extension on it. Happy, okay, is it an adjective, a noun, or a verb? What is it?
An adjective.
Great.
If it's making me something.
Luke, that's exactly right. And that would therefore use rendre in French. Luke makes me work. What kind of a word is work?
The verb.
So when you make someone do a verb, it is known as the causative. You are causing someone to do something. What is the active key verb of the causative?
Faire.
Faire. Faire is like that person on a bus that will get on, sit their fat ass on, and budge everybody else to the one side. So whatever your verb was will remain, but in the infinitive form to the right. It doesn't have to be reflexive. So if I said, Tom, I'm going to build houses, could you just say for me, I'm going to build, use the verb to construct. So say for me, I'm going to build houses. Off you go.
Je vais construire des maisons.
I'm loving the balance of which words are stressed, and I'm loving the use of day because it's not all houses. That, incidentally, is the example I use when I teach je vais construire de nouvelles maisons, when I teach about using de rather than day on the next word, when you have a plural adjective. If that's right now, don't worry. If I said I'm going to get houses built, you know, so you say, oh, her dad was a landowner, he got some houses built. Okay, I am responsible for that verbal action taking place, but I am not building the houses myself. All right. So what did I say the verb is of the causative?
Faire.
And it goes where the other verb was in exactly the same tense as the other verb. And what was there before moves to the right and will now be the infinitive. Yeah. So say for me, I'm going to get houses built. All you're doing is adding a verb. What's that going to be?
Je vais faire construire des maisons.
Lovely. Say for me, I cut myself the hair, because body parts, that sounds a bit gory, body parts use the where possible. So say for me, I cut myself the hair.
Je me couvre les cheveux.
But I cut myself the hair. I know in English could be present tense, I accept that, but on this occasion, could we assume it was in the past? I cut myself the hair in the past.
Je me coupé les cheveux. Oh, I've said it. J'ai me coupé les cheveux.
What do we do with reflexive? Don't drink, you don't deserve refreshment. What do we do with the reflexive in the past? They're all to B, aren't they? Yes. Listen to
Oh,
Auntie Luke.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
slowly
Oh, yeah.
points. Everybody just raise their fingers to the camera and just point at Tom with hatred. Everybody point. That's right. Lovely. We don't have jamais. So could you please say for me, I got washed. Remind your mouth what it's doing. I got washed.
Je me suis lavé.
Lovely. Advanced people, remember to keep the auxiliary discreet. Je me suis lavé. We don't stress auxiliaries. Je me suis lavé, je m'étais lavé, je me serais lavé. We don't stress auxiliaries. Right. So could you now say for me, I cut my hair. I cut myself the hair. This would make grammatical sense if you cut your own hair. Or generally, like in English, we just go, oh, you cut your hair. We will often say it, even though we know someone else did it. So will you please say for me, I cut my hair?
Je me suis coupé les cheveux.
You didn't cut horses.
Cheveux.
Especially not this bitch rides horses. So, je me suis coupé les cheveux. Say for me, cheveux.
Cheveux.
Let me teach you a trick, une astuce. Say for me, je veux. I want. Say, je veux.
Je veux.
Modify your lips ever so gently. Say, cheveux.
Cheveux.
That's it. So say for me, je me suis coupé les cheveux. Don't cut horses.
Je me suis coupé les cheveux.
Good. Now, if we were to causative that, okay, what's the first non-auxiliary verb in je me suis coupé? What's the first proper verb?
Coupé.
Good. So on the bus gets the causative. Ping, the real verb gets moved to the right. Would you please say, I got my haircut?
Je me suis fait couper les cheveux.
Je me suis what?
Je me suis fait.
Why are we? I told you that the faire is going to go in the same tense as where it replaced. So if you've said je me suis coupé, is that coupé an infinitive or a past participle?
It's a past participle.
Well done, it is indeed. Can you just come a little bit? Could you just come a little bit closer to the microphone? Your voice is just not quite loud.
Right.
Could you just come a bit closer to the microphone? Is that right? That's it.
Sorry.
That's it. So could you now say for me, I got my haircut? Don't say faire.
Don't say faire.
No. So say it again.
Okay, right.
But say
Okay.
fait rather than faire. Off you go.
Okay. Je me suis fait couper les cheveux.
Great. Now, great. Roscoe, could you please say for me, I'm happy. So just warm your mouth up. Say for me, you cut your hair. So you cut your hair. Past tense. You cut your hair.
Tu es coupé les cheveux.
Pause. What did Tom learn from each other? What have we said needs to happen with a body part being dealt with? It's reflexive. Yes. Don't feel patronized. Can you all just say for me? Actually, you can feel patronized as much as you fucking want. I don't care. Say for me, je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, ils se sont. Ready? In chorus. I'll finger you. You'll know about it. I'll finger you for every person. Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, ils se sont. These are known in my methodology as the poetry pasts. People watching, if you want these as the podcast, email me logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. It will show you. Ready? Every time I finger you, you're going to come out with the poetry past. Ready? Number one.
Je me
suis.
All of you. Number two.
Tu t'es.
Tu t'es. Not the muscle memory tutor. Number three. Il s'est.
Il s'est.
I want to hear all of you. Number four.
Nous nous sommes.
Nous nous sommes.
Number five.
Vous vous
Vous
êtes.
vous êtes.
Lovely. Number six.
Il se sent.
Great. As a standard, that's going to be used in all of my reflexive verbs and any of my ABC verbs, which the girls will know is like a reflexive verb. Well, I always say it's a reflexive verb with a dick on the end. It's basically a reflexive verb with an à or a de. So se souvenir de, s'occuper de, s'intéresser à. You're going to be using all that shit. You'll also be adding on an e in the middle of them, won't you? Yes, if you've got a de on the end, you'll need to say je m'en souviens, je m'en suis souvenu de, sorry, je m'en suis souvenu, je m'y suis intéressé, whatever. So back to Roscoe. So give me the 2-1. What was the 2-1?
Tu t'es coupé les cheveux.
Lovely. Now, don't do anything in French that isn't joined. Tu t'es coupé les cheveux.
Tu t'es coupé les cheveux.
That would be me physically cutting it, okay? Now say you got your hair cut. Add in the guy on the bus that we need.
Tu t'es fait couper les cheveux.
Close your mouth. Go again.
Tu t'es fait couper les cheveux.
Good. Even more. Close your mouth. Oui, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux. Don't be Roscoe. Be French. Oui, alors. Ouais, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux. Small mouth, don't move your mouth. Ouais, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux.
Eh,
But look at me. Drop your energy into your chest, not in your face. Start with the schwa. Tu t'es fait couper les cheveux. Imagine someone's tickling you. Ouais, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux. Go.
ouais, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux.
We're one step there, but we need less mouth movement. We don't move the mouth. Right. If I now said, I'm happy you cut your hair, what is that going to produce, Nathan? What is you cut your I'm happy you cut your hair? What is the I'm happy that going to produce?
The subjunctive.
Good. Is it the subjunctive on the cut or the subjunctive on the auxiliary?
On the auxiliary.
Good, because we have an auxiliary past. So could you please slowly with links say to me, I'm happy you cut your hair?
Je suis contente que tu...
I am a man, you are a man. I'm all for anybody identifying in any way that they want, but just so we know, I'm a man and you're a man. I presume you identify as male. I'm all on board if you don't, but just tell me, I need content. Off you go.
Je suis contente que...
Content. Yes, you did. Now, why
Content.
am I interested in this happening? Because it shows me somebody's consonant heavy. Yeah? Rather than interested in, oui, je me suis... Sorry, I apologize. Je suis content que tu... Yeah. If you vowel happy, you won't be consonant heavy. So slide through the vowels and say to me, I'm happy you cut your hair. Off you go.
Je suis content que tu sois fait couper les
So
cheveux.
in other words, well done on the schwa, but we need to do more than one trick at the same time. You just need to turn a couple of tricks. How do you think Claire Bear paid the deposit on a house? You've got to do a t and a schwa at the same time. Off you go. Off you go.
Je suis content que tu te sois coupé les cheveux.
No,
Fait
I'm
couper
all
les
for
cheveux.
this sexy Harry Potter shit that you've got going on, but can you not diagonally take your eyes up while you're thinking? For two reasons. Pour deux raisons. First of all, when I started teaching French, it used to bother me people did this because I thought that they would get used to doing it. Alors, quand j'ai commencé à travailler en français, effectivement, comme prof de français, j'avais peur parce que je pensais sincèrement que les gens, ils allaient le faire en France en parlant français. Then I discovered that actually nobody does it in France because you're naturally maintaining contact with people. Ensuite, j'ai découvert que personne ne le fait en France parce que vous restez en contact visuel avec les gens. But what that then means is your little private safe space that you'd like to go to, alors ton jardin secret que tu aimes bien pour aller réfléchir, somebody has confiscated it. Quelqu'un l'a confisqué. So you don't want to get used to going like this because you're then left without your little thinking place. Voilà, parce que tu te retrouves sans ton endroit privé. So keep your eyes on me. I know it might make you physically sick, but keep your eyes on me, okay? And do all of that shit again.
Je suis content que tu te sois fait couper les cheveux.
So I would recommend all of this prescriptively to all of you. Say for me the following, and anybody watching at home that considers themselves intermediate that wants to go to advanced. Run through your basic muscle memory, your basic poetry past. Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, ils se sont. Run through it with the subjunctive. In fact, while you're there, you might as well do the pluperfect in the will. Je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions, vous vous étiez, il s'était. Je me serai, tu te seras, il se sera. You know, je me serai. Run through those. Then run through the same stuff, all 4, 5. Sorry, then including the subjunctive. So, je me sois, tu te sois, il se soit, nous nous soyons, vous vous soyez, il se soit. Then run through all of those again. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive in the middle, all 5. With the on in the middle. Je m'en suis, tu t'en es, ils s'en est, nous nous en sommes, vous vous en êtes, ils s'en sont. Je m'en étais, tu t'en étais, il s'en était, nous nous en étions, vous vous en étiez, il s'en était. Je m'en serai, tu t'en seras, il s'en sera. Je m'en serai, tu t'en serais. Je m'en sois, tu t'en sois, il s'en soit. Then with an E in the middle, because your verb might have done the E one. Je m'y suis, tu t'y es, il s'y est, nous nous y sommes, vous vous y êtes, il s'y sont. Je m'y étais, tu t'y étais, il s'y était. Je m'y serai, tu t'y seras, il s'y sera. Je m'y serai, tu t'y serais, il s'y serait, nous nous y serions, vous vous y seriez. Je m'y sois, tu t'y sois, il s'y soit. Now, that might seem absolutely Herculean to you right now, but you're only making one change. So I'm going to say that is our test to plan for next week. All right, that is what we're going to work on for next week, because I then want to be able to say to Claire, Luke gets washed. No, yes, fine, Luke gets washed. So Luke se lave, Luke se lave, Luke se lavera, Luke se laverait. Il est intéressant que Luke se lave. Luke s'est lavé, Luke s'était lavé, Luke se sera lavé, Luke se serait lavé. And I then want to say, right, Claire, Luke looks after it. Luke s'en occupe. Notice the son ain't going to change one freaking iota. Luke s'en occupe, Luke s'en occupait, Luke s'en occupera, Luke s'en occuperait. Il est intéressant que Luke s'en occupe. Luke s'en est occupé ou s'en est occupé. You can do both. Luke s'en était occupé, Luke s'en sera occupé, Luke s'en serait occupé. Il est intéressant que Luke s'en soit occupé. It's the same crap again and again, and again, and again, and again. There's nothing new. It's the same crap. It'll be have, it'll be be, it'll be on, it'll be end of. As soon as you've done that, French cannot touch you. Good. I'm coming across in order. I'm coming to Claire. You right, Claire? You there, my darling?
Yes, I'm
Good.
here.
So say for me, Luke loves this kind of shit. He did it whilst we were in France. Luke loves this kind of shit. He did it, action, whilst we were in France.
Not sure about shit in France. Oh, merde.
I was like, Claire, of course you do. So, merde, lovely. Luke likes this kind of shit.
Luc aime cette genre de merde.
He did it, action, he did it.
He did it.
He did
il
it.
a dit, il a fait.
He did it. That's it. Whilst.
Pendant.
Pendant que
Nous sommes en France.
we were. That was a lovely accent. We were in France. We were in France. That's it.
Ils étaient en France.
Luc aime ce genre de merde, masculine, ce genre de merde. Feminine shit, masculine type. Ce genre de merde, il l'a fait. I mean, we could have said il le faisait, he used to do it, lorsque nous étions en France. Can we swap nous for en? Yeah, just out of interest. So could you say for me, Luc aime bien ce genre de merde. Il le faisait. Let's change it to a was tense, just out of interest. Pendant qu'on était, pendant qu'on était. Or, no, let's stick to lorsque. Lorsqu'on était en France. Luc aime bien ce genre de merde. Il le faisait lorsqu'on était en France. Have a go.
Luc aime bien ce genre de merde. Il le faisait lorsqu'on était en France.
Claire, that was fucking sublime. That was sublime. Good.
Merci.
Notice merde. I know we're joking, but notice eh. Notice the eh. Yeah, not merde. Erd. Notice how she goes up. All right, good. You don't need to be intelligent. What is necessary? This is still for Claire. You don't need to be intelligent. What is necessary is very obvious. And then Carol's going to do the bit about using the mouth. You don't need to be intelligent. What is necessary is very obvious.
Ce n'est pas nécessaire pour... Oh non, il ne faut pas...
Pause. You are using lots of things, all of which are correct. This is why I like things to be joined up so that your brain remembers how to use all of them to completion. One can use nécessaire. Il est pas nécessaire or ce n'est pas nécessaire, depending. One can use il faut plus an infinitive. One can use doit. You can use besoin, but as you know, I discourage its overuse.
That's why I didn't use it.
Yeah, say for me using il faut, say it is necessary to be intelligent. So il faut être intelligent.
Il faut être intelligent.
Can you link and slide for me? Il faut être intelligent. Il faut être intelligent.
Il faut être intelligent.
Lovely. Smaller mouth, more push on the chest. Il faut être intelligent.
Il faut être intelligent.
Good. Now pop in a pas bang. Il faut pas être intelligent. Il faut pas être intelligent.
Il faut pas être intelligent.
Lovely. All right. Don't think about linking as being something that will please this old daft queen. Just think about like, your body's going to grab hold of it if you do that. Okay. We'd possibly add a forcement though. Ouais, il faut pas forcément être intelligent. Il faut pas forcément être intelligent. Save me. You need to use your mouth as is necessary. A little expression we use a lot all the time in France. You need to use your mouth as is necessary.
Il faut que vous utilisiez...
I'm liking this. Now, let me just clear something up. Il faut que is grand, but it would require il faut que vous utilisiez. It would be a bit big. So if I'm looking at people and I'm using il faut plus an infinitive, that's fine. You know, if all of us are in France and say, right, we need to leave, I could say, OK, tout le monde, il faut partir. It isn't necessary to go with il faut qu'on parte. Or il faut que nous partions. We can, but it's quite heavy. Notice a nice way around this, if you wanted to still use the people, would be devoir. On doit partir. Yeah. So it's not that il faut que is wrong. It's just that it's a bit heavy sometimes. Right? So look at us all and say, you know, you need to use the mouth in the right way. Il faut utiliser la bouche. Il faut utiliser la bouche.
Il faut que tu utilises la bouche.
Lovely, well done. What I like very much is that you are going utiliser and then a few seconds later, bouche. Yes, I might check the boys and their ou in a moment. I might check the boys' lower parts. In all seriousness, ou. We need the two. Il faut utiliser la bouche. Nice. And what's the little expression as is necessary? Comme il faut. Comme il faut. So we are used to you, which is a bit like properly. So if Tom was with us, and I want the best for him, as you know, and you'd be like, leave him alone. And I'd say, Tom, mets-toi comme il faut. Redresse-toi, sit up, mets-toi comme il faut. Mets-toi comme il faut. Yeah, you guys are used to saying comme il faut plus some shit. Comme il faut could be at the end of a sentence. We're going out tonight. What do you need to wear? Alors, habille-toi comme il faut. You know, dress quite smartly, as is necessary. Okay. Good, Claire Beth. Lovely. Over to Carol. I got arrested, which is causative, reflexive. Yeah. Carol is one of the major Antipodean hashish dealers. She has got a fabulous career. She's always in Afghanistan. You should see what she comes back with. My God. So off you say to me, Luke, I got arrested.
Arrêté.
Arrêté. I can't quite hear you either, Carol, my darling. Could you come a bit close to the microphone?
Je me suis fait arrêter.
Lovely. That was perfect French. Can you go again and not have a pause between because the causative verb effectively becomes another auxiliary. So we don't stress it. Could you please say for me, je me suis fait arrêter?
Je me suis fait arrêter.
That was really small teeth. That was lovely. Okay. Try saying for me, before I got arrested. Here's the clue. Before I got arrested, I drank a bottle of wine. Before I got arrested, I drank a bottle of wine. Yeah, before I got arrested, I drank a bottle of wine.
Avant que je...
Pause. Look at Auntie Lukey. In the same way, this screen is divided into four, and we have Claire floating above like the guardian angel on high. You guys predominantly want to split avant into four. Avant and après into four. Avant with the same person, avant with a different person. Après with the same person, après with a different person. Okay? If you go to the videos, type Logic Language Learning avant and après, this will come up. If it's the same person, we need an infinitive. Before leaving, avant de partir, I did this. even if in English you said, before I left, I did this, same person, I need an infinitive. Avant de, ding, 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 there's your infinitive. After I left, I did some other shit, same person. Après, ding, 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 infinitive in the middle. All right? Different person. Before Tom ran away, I dropped something in his drink. Two different people. Avant que, then we'd have the subjunctive, avant que, whether it's subjunctive normal or subjunctive on the auxiliary. Or after Tom ran away, whatever, après que, which is normal. A lot of France think it's subjunctive, but it's actually indicative. So après que plus person. So with the avant de infinitive, you're not mentioning the person. It's the same person as you've just dealt with or you're about to deal with. With the après avoir plus past participle, you're not mentioning the person. It's the same person you've just dealt with. Avant que or après que. Yeah, you're going to mention the person. So if I'm saying before I got arrested, now this is going to sound interesting. Who is doing the verb in I got arrested?
The other person.
Me. Because it's although it's causative, it's me that's causing it to happen. And who is drinking the bottle of wine in I drank a bottle of wine?
You.
Same person, Carol, my darling?
Yes, same person.
So am I in the avant and an infinitive realm, or am I in the avant and the cut realm if it's the same person?
Avant infinitive.
That's right. And the two infinitive models don't match. Avant de plus infinitive. Après infinitive, après avoir, après être plus past participle. Yeah, they don't match. So how would you say before? Okay, let's do something really obvious. Say for me before eating, assuming it's the same person. Assuming it's the same person, say for me before eating.
Avant de manger.
Lovely. Now change it to before before arresting. So you couldn't just say this, you'd obviously have to pop someone on the end, but say for me before arresting. So the verb will be arrêter. How would you say that?
Avant d'arrêter.
Lovely. Now I could use the causative straight away because I could get somebody else arrested. So how would I slide in on the bus with avant d'arrêter and just slide in the causative? Not the reflexive yet, but just the causative. What would that be? Slide in the bus?
Avant de faire arrêter.
Clever, clever Carol. Before getting myself arrested, I'm now making that causative reflexive. It doesn't have to be, it just often is. Say for me, before getting myself arrested, slide in the pronoun me now.
Avant de faire.
Where's the pronoun going to go? Bits before verbs, except before. Off you go.
Infinitive.
Yep.
Avant
De me faire arrêter.
faire arrêter.
And again.
Avant de me faire arrêter.
That was nicely joined. Now that's actually exquisitely rare in French because you don't normally pop a pronoun before the first infinitive. Say for me, Carol, I'm going to eat.
Je vais manger.
Nice join. I'm going to have to eat.
Je vais.
Not one person I teach remembers this verb. Devoir. I'm going to have to eat. Go on. I'm going to have to eat. Go on.
Je vais devoir manger.
Great. I'm going to have to eat it. I'm going to have to eat it.
Je vais devoir le manger.
Good. I mean, my brain was thinking là because for some reason I want a pizza, but yeah. So je vais devoir la manger. I'm going to have to try to eat it. Je vais devoir essayer de la manger. We're used to popping the pronoun at the end of a series of what we call stacked infinitives. Yeah, but on this occasion with the faire, it's going to go with the faire. So could you give me one more time, Carol, before getting arrested? Avant de me...
Avant de me faire arrêter.
What form of a verb is going to come after the de then? Avant de me...
Infinitive. Avant de me faire arrêter.
Good. I'm going to come back down to Tom. This is sick, but we can do it together. There's a chat-up line and a half. You won't like this, it's sick, but we could do it together. Good. So, say for me, Tom, after eating, assuming it's the same person. Assuming it's the same person.
Après avoir mangé.
Say for me, after leaving, assuming it's the same person, using the verb partir.
Après avoir partir.
What?
And
Form
that was
of-
wrong, but
Say for me after finishing.
après être partir.
Stand still. Say for me after finishing. Just literally say for me after finishing. Assuming it's the same person.
Après avoir fini.
What form of a verb have you correctly placed in the middle? Avoir is what form?
An infinitive.
We don't need another infinitive. What did Auntie Lukey say? She said, avant de plus reflex. Shut up, Luke, plus infinitive. Yeah? Or après avoir or être plus past participle. So this is a really neat trick. Say for me, I have finished as a normal, just say I have finished.
J'ai fini.
That fini word is what's going to go on the end now. Now say for me after finishing.
Après avoir fini.
That's lovely. Say for me I left.
Je suis parti.
Lovely. Take the questioning tone of voice out. Go again.
Je suis parti.
Nice. Don't feel the need to race the whole thing. Just race the middle word. Je suis parti. You can parti. You can drag the second bit, the third bit rather. So now say for me after leaving. You've just reminded yourself it was an extra verb.
Après être parti.
Good. You will more than commonly hear après être parti. All right.
Après être parti.
Now, unless it's the causative, we haven't got to worry about that. Pronouns will go before the infinitive. There's only one infinitive there. So how would you say after eating it? You don't even need to know the gender of the word for obvious reasons. So how would you say after eating it?
Après.
Right. Look at
Avoir
Look, stop. Stop. Okay. Say for me, I ate.
J'ai mangé.
Good. Don't race. Let me hear the twang. J'ai mangé.
J'ai mangé.
Great. I ate it. Would you please say I ate it?
Je l'ai mangé.
So we know the pronoun we're using is le. We've just had après, or even le. We've just had après avoir mangé, which is the infinitive in après avoir mangé.
Avoir.
So pop the same pronoun before the infinitive, because as I've said, bits before verbs, except before the infinitive. So how would you say after eating it?
Après l'avoir mangé.
Good. Do me another one to check that we're good. Say for me, you saw, plain and simple, just say you saw.
Tu as vu.
Tu as vu. Let me hear it. Tu as vu.
Tu as vu.
There's
Ooh.
no such thing as stopping in my class. Would you please say for me, ooh? Give me the ooh.
Ou.
No, learn to listen. Copy me. Don't copy my word, copy my sound. Never aim to copy a word, guys. Copy the sound you're hearing and it will give someone else who knows the language of the word. Copy my sound. Tune into me. Ooh.
Ou.
There we go. Close your eyes. Feel the vibration. Ooh. There's no tu. Tu means all. But what often happens is people just split on the throat. Put your vibration in the top lip. Tu.
Tu.
There we go. Don't give me too big a T. Tu. And vu is the same vibration. So you've got tu as vu. Let me hear it.
Tu as vu.
No, we have gone to a very nice oo though, which we couldn't manage last week. It's just different. Oo, 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 oo. So if it's tu as vu, could you now say for me after seeing? I want to hear vu at the end. After seeing, assume it's the same person.
Après avoir vu.
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 That's it. Now say after seeing me.
Après
Go again.
Après t'avoir vu.
Stand still. I want me in there. Don't make you me and me you. Yeah, trust me, you don't want to be me. Trust me. If I say me, use me. If I say you, say you. After seeing me. Après
t'avoir vu.
No. Me. I don't want you to say you. I want you to use the
Oh,
word you.
me.
Yeah. Don't swap.
Go.
I fucking hate that. Don't go first
Okay.
person, second person swap. If I say me, use me, guys. Don't go, oh, he means you. No. If I wanted you, I'd say for you. After seeing me. Go.
Après m'avoir vu. Après m'avoir vu.
Thank you. So we've agreed that pronouns are going to go there. Let's come to Roscoe. Roscoe, after waking up, would you just quickly say for me, I woke up?
Je me suis levé.
Pause. There's no such verb as lever. The verb is lever. Love is the most beautiful thing and the most painful thing you can feel in the English language. But love is not a French verb. Okay. Well, actually, it kind of is in another way. It kind of is actually. It's kind of to curl up and shack up in something. Love it, but it means something different. So ignore what I said. That was dumb. In fact, it appears in the star sign vocabulary videos that I've just done. I don't believe one iota in star signs, but somebody asked me to do a video about them. And so rather than doing a video all about star signs, I did a video all about all the different personality traits, because I thought, do you know what? When people are fucking bored of saying happy and sad, and they want some really good vocabulary to talk about personalities, these are they. So there's 12, 15-minute star sign, all going all through the vocabulary of what different personalities, male, female. It's rather annoying because it's from Elle, the magazine. So you'd think they'd be kind of cool. And it's all like men, scorpion male, scorpion female, how scorpion males relate to females. I'm like, what about scorpion males and scorpion males? So yeah, it's a bit sexist, or scorpion days. But really, I mean, it is. It's like, I'm not one for wokery. I couldn't give a crap half the time. But you just want to feel included. And I'm a bit like, Elle, that's not cool. Anyway, great set of vocabulary, great set of stuff talking all about people. Lever is a verb in that. So basically, but the verb is lever, but you don't say je me lève, you say je me lève. All right. So it's lever. So say for me, I got up. So je me suis levé. Let me hear it.
Je me suis levé.
Yeah, I need to go down. So lever and je me lève. All right. So now say for me, after getting up.
Après m'être levé.
Are we all on the same page? We're in the après. We need an auxiliary in the middle. It needs to be be because it's a reflexive verb. We've got a pronoun, me. We know, thanks to Tom, where pronouns go. They go before the infinitive. So if you've got the après, as you know, the infinitive is on the auxiliary. So the me will come before the infinitive. Après m'être réveillé. Après m'avoir vu. Him, seeing me. If you've got the avant de me voir, avant de me réveiller. Okay, so Roscoe, here's a little challenge. In the verb tu m'énerves, you annoy me, how would you say after annoying me? Tu m'énerves, how would you say after annoying me? So after annoying me, you went down the pub, bloody typical. How would you say after annoying me?
Après tu...
Stand still. Who is annoying? Now, here's a little clue. Here's a little clue, ladies. In the sentence, after annoying me, or the clause, am I giving you a name?
No.
So it pretty much stands to reason that it's going to be the same bastard that's doing the other business. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you can't use this if you did say after Luke annoyed me, he went down the pub. But if you're hearing after annoying me, can we safely see why it's going to be the version that's got the same person? Yes?
Yeah.
Yep, because it's ing. You see what I'm saying? There's no person mentioned. If we are using the same person, are we going to be using an infinitive model or are we going to be using a que model?
The infinitive.
And if we are using après, the infinitive will go where? After the après. Yeah. In the sentence, you annoyed me, just say to me, you annoyed me, which is an action. So it has an auxiliary. Say, you annoyed me.
Tu m'énervais.
Which is an action, so it will have an auxiliary. Was I heard?
Yeah.
Go on.
Tu t'es m'énervé.
Stand still. You annoyed me. You're headed in the right direction, but why is it reflexive? It's not. If you're annoying me, say to me, just say to me, you saw me. Plain and simple, say you saw me. Say that for me, Roscoe. You saw me.
Tu m'as vu.
Tu m'as vu.
Tu m'as vu.
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 Better. Well done. Now say, so in other words, that was you coming to me with a verb. Is that going to be have or be in the middle?
Be.
Shut the fuck up. You coming to me with a verb. Is that going to be reflexive? If you're doing the verb to me, is that reflexive?
You're doing the verb to me. Yes.
Stand still. What do you do in the morning? You get up. You turn on various nefarious channels. You do what you need to do. Might have a coffee. I presume at some point you wash your body. How do you say I wash myself?
Je me
Present
lave.
tense. Good man. That is reflexive.
Mhm.
Yeah. That is going to use be because it's reflexive. Hypothetically, if I washed you, power hose, is that reflexive? I'm washing you. Is that reflexive?
No, you're not doing it to yourself.
No, not at all. I wash Tom and Tom washes me. I give a good back rub. Is that reflexive?
No.
It is what? Don't say hot, Roscoe. Don't be a pervert. It is basically reciprocal. It is reciprocal. We are reciprocating the same action. Tom is washing himself. I'm not washing myself. Tom is washing me and I'm washing Tom. That will also allow for the verb to be. But if it's one dude doing something to someone else, why is the verb to be coming into it? It shouldn't. So say for me, after annoying me, it's a different person. Off you go.
Après m'avoir énervé.
Lovely. Now, hypothetically, some verbs, as you've discovered, very commonly people, phrasal verbs. You know, Carol knows these. Like Claire's done these with me as well. I resent her. Je lui en veux. I to her of it want. She resents me. She to me of it wants. Elle m'en veut. So if you were saying, for example, after resenting him for years, I found out it wasn't him that lost the necklace. Après lui en avoir voulu. It could be after resenting myself for years, I found out it wasn't me that lost the necklace. Après m'en être voulu. So some verbs, when they come to yourself, will obviously need to go into a different avoir or être in the middle. So, say for me, after annoying me, meaning you annoyed me, you left. Say for me, after annoying me, you left. Après
m'avoir énervé.
You left.
Tu es parti.
Good. Finish it off, and I'm going to come up to Nathan. After annoying myself, I left.
After annoying myself. Après.
Look at Auntie Lukey. Does it need a reflexive?
Yes.
Does what auxiliary is therefore going to go in the middle if it's annoying?
Be.
Good.
Après m'être énervé.
And that was nicely linked, all right? So you guys need to be aware that the same verb can be have and be. He pissed me off. Il m'a fait chier. Quite on a hideous level in French, we say he made me shit. Yeah, oh putain, il m'a fait chier, il m'a trop fait chier. I pissed myself off, although it tends to go to boredom. Je me suis fait chier. You know, so after him pissing me off, après m'avoir fait chier versus après m'être fait chier. The Voice, the TV show in France, it's called The Voice, La Plus Belle Voix. Micah, I forgot what the guy's name is, the one that sings a bit like Freddie Mercury. He's got quite good French because he's Libanais, he's like Anglo-Libanais, like English Lebanese, and he's one of the judges. And I remember him saying, after I realized, so Nathan, let's come to you. It's a reflexive verb. Can you use se rendre compte? Can you please say for me, I realized?
Je me suis rendu compte.
Lovely. You're going to also hear je m'en suis rendu compte. You're going to hear je me suis rendu compte de something. Je me suis rendu compte que. Okay? Would you please say after realizing?
Après m'être rendu compte.
You've already placed yourself above French level. This Micah guy, Micah. Je m'en suis rendu compte. I realized it. Je m'en suis rendu compte. Nathan, would you now say after realizing it?
Je m'en suis rendu
compte. After realizing it, we're doing exactly the same thing here.
Après m'être rendu compte.
Where? Right. Say to me, I realized it. You did it beautifully. Après, sorry. Je m'en suis. Pop in the past. Je m'en
suis rendu compte.
What was the difference, Nathan, between je me suis rendu compte and je m'en suis rendu compte? What's the only difference? Don't draw the apostrophe. Think of the sound. But yes, fucking visualizers. So, lovely. So, in other words, why don't you take après m'être rendu compte and why don't you pop on in the middle of that?
Après m'en être rendu compte.
There we go. So if your phrasal verb, look at your verb. I'm leaving. Let's go to Claire. Je m'en vais. Claire, what is the basic ass verb in I'm leaving? Je m'en vais. What's the verb we can hear there?
Aller.
Aller, great. Aller, perfect. And what other pronoun ingredients are there in the phrase je m'en vais? What else can you hear in there, Claire?
The me and the on.
Great. Not all phrasal verbs are reflexive. Some aren't. But if my shit in any way contains je and a me, is that reflexive, Claire?
Yes.
Great. So automatically, if it's before, so say for me before leaving.
Après
no. Before leaving, and actually, can we make it easy? Can you just say before going using aller? Can you just say before going? Very easy. Assume it's the same person.
Après aller. Yeah.
Before.
Sorry.
What is the word for before?
Avant.
And if it's the same, tread carefully because I have your address. If it's the same person, am I going to be using an infinitive with it or a cut with it if it's the same person?
Same person, infinitive.
Good. But what little word needs to come before that infinitive? Avant
de.
I should bleeding well hope so. So can you now pop the aller on the end of that and say before going?
Avant d'aller.
Great. What pronouns, Claire Bear, did you tell me were present in the sentence je m'en vais? What pronouns were present as well as the verb?
And on.
Great. And they're always going to be together, and on, you never separate them. So could you try converting before going into before leaving? We could have said avant de partir, but we're using the phrasal verb because we are big girls. So could you basically take avant d'aller and could you basically pimp it into what I need? So before leaving, avant de
en aller.
Good. But what was the pronouns that you gave me? M'en. Yeah, so put them both in cleanly. Avant de
m'en aller.
Correct. You identified the phrasal verb. You saw, okay, it's got a bit of that, it's got a bit of that, I know where they go. If it was before I went, that would need to be avant que je m'en sois allé if it was somebody else. And in formal French, avant que je ne m'en sois allé would have a nut in there as well. Yeah, it'd be the auxiliary reflexive, be the subjunctive auxiliary reflexive. So basically, if we stick to what we're doing though, so could you now please for me, Claire, say, after eating, assuming it's the same person, don't overthink it, just say for me after eating, assuming it's the same person, which is going to have an auxiliary and it's going to have an infinitive. Off we go. So after eating. I can't hear you.
Après avoir mangé.
Lovely. Remember that we're now going into a be verb. Nathan looks transfixed by this. After, now assuming that we're going into be verb and know that the verb is aller, can you give me the basic after leaving, again, assuming that it's going to be the same person?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear.
So, not après avoir mangé. Can you change the verb to aller, pure and simple aller, but can you this time remember that it is a be verb? What's after after going? Sorry, after going. Après
être allé.
Good. Now, remember what we said. What were the pronouns that you needed in that verb that you've just been telling me about?
Mon, me and on.
Correct. And you might as well say them as mon as you did originally. Well done, you. In all of our other work, what have we said? Pronouns go before the infinitive if there is one there. Après is not an infinitive. Être is an infinitive. Aller has an E acute on the end, no infinitive. So think how I'm going to pop mon into après être allé. What is that going to give me, Claire Beth?
Après dans mon
Oh. If you say de in the wrong bloody place again, I shall kidnap Emma and not in a way she'll find sexually exciting. What is après doesn't have a de, does it? Yeah?
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah. So your basic one was après être allé. All you're doing is adding mon where it needs to go. Where's it going to go?
Après mon être allé.
Flawless. That's how it's done, people. All right. So we can use phrasal verbs with before doing this stuff. All right. Let's give Carol a phrasal one. Je lui en veux. I resent him. Je lui en veux. I resent him. All right. What, Carol, is the main verb we can hear in this phrasal verb? Je lui en veux.
Vouloir.
Good job, you. You'll notice, people, that in phrasal verbs, the main verb is rather dull. Same as in English, actually. Get on, get across, get over, get down. You know, come on, come up, come across. Because if it were a more exciting verb, it wouldn't need accessories. It's like that dress, isn't it, ladies? You've got that simple little shift dress. I'll jazz it up. You know, whatever. You know, as opposed to Monica Lewinsky, who jizzed it up. But basically, you pop on a bracelet, you pop on a necklace, but it's basically a simple verb. All right? Now, if you've got je lui en veux, what pronouns have you got in there, Carol?
Je and
that is a subject pronoun, but what other pronouns you've got in there? So je lui en veux. You've taken out veux because that's the verb. What pronouns have you got in there?
je lui.
So give me the pronouns in that formula. Je lui en veux. I don't want je because it's the person doing it. What are the pronouns have I got?
Lui en.
They are staying together. Don't need to separate them. What pronouns have I got? Link them in your mouth. Say them for me as one word. Go.
Lui en.
No, as one word. Go again.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know.
Don't be so silly. Don't do toddler arms and don't want rescuing. Say the two words together, just literally joined up. Just join them up and normally say them in one go.
Lui en.
Thank you. Bloody hell.
Is it on? Is it on? En. On.
You don't need to know because it sounds. But yes. So say for me, je lui en veux.
Je lui en veux.
Great. With that in mind, say for me, so is that reflexive? Je lui en veux. Is there anything reflexive about that?
No.
Because it's je to lui. So you think how that's going to play out. When and where is it going to play out? So could you please say for me, before resenting him? As in, before resenting him, I used to think he was fairly nice. So say for me, before resenting him, assume it's going to be the same person. Come with Lukey. Say for me, before eating. Say for me, before eating.
Avant de manger.
Good job. Say for me, before speaking.
Avant de parler.
Say for me, before wanting.
Avant de vouloir.
Now pop in the pronouns that we have discussed that you've recognized from the pattern.
Presenting. Sorry, who's
Ah! Look at me.
avant?
Stop, don't move. What are the pronouns that we've just discussed? What are the pronouns that we're talking about?
Louis.
Pronouns.
Lui en.
Don't keep saying them in two different words. What do I want? Put them together.
Lui en.
Good woman. Where do pronouns go, bitches? They go before the what?
Infinitive.
That's it.
Infinitive.
That's it. So now give me the before format of that verb. You've just given me avant de vouloir. Make it even better for me. Avant.
Avant de lui en veut.
You've just given me avant de vouloir. Repeat avant de vouloir.
Avant de vouloir.
Mouth closed, push through. Avant de vouloir.
Avant de vouloir.
Good. Don't give me any new. Don't change vouloir. Avant de vouloir is fine. Yeah. Can you now add lui en on where it needs to go?
Avant de lui en vouloir. Avant de
Perfect work. Perfect work. Would you now, Carol, say for me, Tom, your hair looks great. Stop worrying. Now, can you please say for me after eating? After eating. Plain and simple, Carol. Plain and simple.
Après avoir mangé.
Nice accent, you. Hypothetically, say after wanting, because that is the verb that we're playing with. After wanting. The verb we're playing with is vouloir. Pop it in, after wanting.
Après avoir vouloir.
Après avoir voulu. What was the word voulu?
Present vouloir.
Why are we in the present? After having has what tense after it?
In
No.
the past.
Thank you. I accept your apology in written form. Lovely. Off you go.
Après avoir voulu.
Thank you. Lovely. Now, Carol knows where we're going and which pronouns. Which pronouns are we playing with, Carol?
Lui en.
Look at that. And we've agreed that we're going to pop pronouns before the infinitive. Yeah? Up till now, we've got après avoir voulu. Which one of those words is the infinitive, Carol?
Avoir.
Great. Sounds like you're ready to go after resenting him.
Après lui en. Après lui en avoir voulu.
Yes. Well done. So when next we meet people, we'll do the same stuff with phrasal verbs with avant que and après que, i.e., after Luke didn't spank my ass, I resented him. Yeah. And this kind of business. We'll do all the phrasals. We'll have a cheeky look at the je mange, je me, all this stuff again in a little test. So can I remind you, when it's different people, we will use avant que and après que. Yeah. You use those, you use those, you use those. Okay, so can I remind you that avant que is then followed by a person or a thing doing a verb? So avant que Tom, avant que Claire, avant que Carole, avant que Roscoe, avant que Nathan. And it would then either have the subjunctive, so avant que Luc fasse, before Luke does, or the past tense before, after Luke did, before Luke did, avant que Luc ait fait. It would also have the not in there if we're being formal, but don't worry about that for now. Après que doesn't do either of those things. After Tom arrived, après que Tom est arrivé, normal. The only thing it does do is it does weird shit in the future. It goes to like the future past. So after Luke, tomorrow, after Luke arrives, we'll go for a walk. It would be après que Luc sera arrivé. After that, Luke will have arrived, all right? But we'll look at that. And in many ways, that's easier because you're not changing anything. So I resent him, je lui en veux. After I resented him, après que je lui en ai voulu, whatever. It's going to be the same thing. So, in other words, make sure you get from today's lesson. Point number one, if it's the same person, it's going to be an infinitive. Avant de, ding, 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 infinitive with the de before it. Après, ding, 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 avoir or être, infinitive auxiliary. So, in other words, avant de can then be followed by any verb in the infinitive. Any verb. Yeah. Après can only be followed by ding, 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 avoir or être in the infinitive, and no de. So avant de, any infinitive. Après, avoir or être, past participle. If we start throwing in pronouns, they're just going to go before the infinitive. So if you want a better system, apres infinitive is on number 3. So avant's infinitive is on number 3. Avant de parler, stick it before number 3. Stick it before the infinitive. Avant de lui parler. After speaking, après avoir parlé, stick it before the infinitive. Après lui avoir parlé. Can you see it's going to go in a different place? But each time it's going before the infinitive. On the one version, the infinitive is number 3. On the one version, the infinitive is number 2. Okay, and when we get going into avant que and après que, we don't have to change anything. I do, je fais. I do it, je le fais. Before I do it, avant que je le fasse. Don't change the word order, just make it subjunctive. He did, il a fait. He did it, il l'a fait. After he did it, après qu'il l'a fait. Yeah, it's not going to change the word order. So next week's version is actually not as bad as you all think, but you have to have this shit down. Why is this fabulous as well? You might think this is a lot of focus on before and after. All of these structures get used loads without doing it. So if I said it would be stupid to come to the class without looking at the video, okay? Tom, in the sentence, it would be stupid to come to the class without looking at the video. This hypothetical looking at the video, would that have happened before the class or at the same time as the class?
Before.
So without and an ing would go to sans avoir. Ouais, tu vois, ce serait bête de venir d'assister au cours sans avoir regardé la vidéo. Roscoe, if I said it would be stupid to ride a bike without looking at the road, is this hypothetical looking at the road before the riding the bike or at the same time as looking at the bike, as riding the bike?
It would be the same time and that. And
so that would be sans plus an infinitive. Tu vois, ce serait bête de pédaler, de faire une promenade en vélo sans regarder la rue. So sans can have an infinitive and it can have an auxiliary infinitive. I'm happy to come to France to see you guys. Je suis content de venir. I'm happy I came. Je suis content d'être venu. I'm happy you woke up today, Tom, in the mood to do your French. Je suis content que tu te sois réveillé. Different person. I'm happy I woke up. I'm happy I woke up at all. Fucking hell. As Carol and Claire will tell you. I'm happy I woke up. Je suis content de m'être réveillé. I will use these infinitive auxiliaries in clever shit way that you can't even comprehend yet, Dorothy. You ain't been to Oz that long. All right? So basically, this shit is super, super important. All right? Good. Remember to pay me. Yes, yes, yes. before midnight, because otherwise my dress will turn back into rags. Good. Anybody watching? There'll be a Kofi link underneath. We might have my friend John joining me next week. You know John from the group, Claire. What was I going to say? Actually, no, I don't know if you can. But on the Monday, but we'll see. It will never get earlier than this, because otherwise it's too difficult for the Australians. On the random event that I did one in the morning, I think it makes it difficult for you boys with work, doesn't it? So yeah, we'll see how we soldier on. Good. I don't mean this rudely, but do you see this is the kind of crap that you can live in France or live with French and just go completely over your head for the longest time? Do you see what I mean? Yeah. It really, really is. And it's but final comment of the day, bottom line, you can learn all these structures, but if you just close your mouth and use the vowels and use the consonants and get it in your mouth, it kind of bypasses having to know what you say anyway. As long as your mouth knows this sentence, blah, 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 you'll work out the patterns anyway. Pattern is everything in language learning. Yeah, listening and spotting a template. This has just happened. To finish, this is a really cool anecdote, but in America, so in Britain, if you join various language organizations within the military, I used to go to the language fair every year. It was brilliant. It was on the same weekend as the chocolate fair. And it was Carol, it was Claire, it was at the Kensington Olympia, yeah? And it was the same weekend as the chocolate fair every weekend. It was freaking marvellous. You could go up the back stairs and get a shitload of chocolate. That sounds wrong. And basically, there's one guy that was there, rather cute. Tom just got that 10 seconds later. What was I going to say? There's this one guy, rather cute, and he's like, oh, do you want to kind of come and learn Arabic and all of this business? And we've got all these kind of like jobs where we kind of listen to other countries doing all bits and pieces. And they like people with language experience. In America, they have a really cool test. They don't even need a language background. They've got this test where you listen to sort of spots and dots and noises and bits and pieces, and they pick up the person that can pick up the pattern. Pick up the pattern. There's a literature. And they want that. That's what they deem to be a linguist. Not whether you've got like a Spanish speaking background or Hispanic or whatever, which, like a lot of Americans would have, from family. They don't view that as being a language learning skill. They want to know that you can spot the pattern and the template, and they will then recruit you for that part of the military for that, which I think is fascinating. So spot a pattern avant de pleur. What's going to happen in the other pattern? De pleur. Yeah, spot the pattern. All right. Good. Well done, everybody. What's the song? Nobody said it was easy. I believe it's the intermediate group. Good. Well done, well done, well done. Take care, guys. See you soon. Good effort, all right?
Thank you.
Bye.
Good. You know what your homework is?
Thanks. Bye.
Good.
Yep.